have to apologize to you for the video that should have gone up yesterday. I have been having technical difficulties all this month, and I finally figured out that the things that I've recorded that are on my cell phone, because I do all of my videos from my cell phone pretty much, they get backed up onto the MacBook that I just got not too long ago, right? Well, I thought I could delete them off my phone and they would stay on the MacBook, but I messed up some kind of way. So I've been just recording and not deleting things off of my phone. Then I got these little thumb sticks or whatever it is to get the videos off of my phone and put them onto the MacBook, and somehow I messed that up. I'm practicing and I'm learning, guys, because I really take YouTube seriously. You know I was off for quite a while, but I was off mentally, I was off physically, and I'm trying to get all of that stuff resolved. So you guys just keep bearing with me like you have in the past. But anyway, I had to delete things off of my cell phone, so that's why I was missing some files, because I thought they were backed up in the cloud, whatever that means, and I thought I still had access to those videos, and I didn't. Now, that was for some of the delays and changing the time in MoeVember to the 6 or the 7 p.m. Well, last night while I was videoing, finishing up making my purse, it stopped. I didn't know it until afterwards because I didn't have a way to check, right? So I ordered this new thing off of Amazon. It's like a little mirror that you can attach to your gear, and that's what I'm doing. So if you don't see me looking at you, I'm looking at that mirror to see if it's still filming. Well, I didn't have that until today, and I did this last night. But this is really quick, really simple, really easy. And I hope that you guys can see how beautiful and blingy this is. So I'm gonna do another one. I showed you this in my Amazon haul. I'm gonna do it in pink. So that's what our project's gonna be today. Instead of this beautiful, I call it Princess Blue, that I have here, I'm gonna do one in pink because I showed you guys that I had a blue, and also that I purchased a pink sprayer from Amazon. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bling this one out, and that's our project for today. And a lot of these projects that we're doing are gonna be really nice, you know, and easy. So one thing I want you to notice about the bling here is that these rhinestones, I think they're like maybe 2 millimeter. If you can see that. If you can see, these are really tiny. They're like 2 millimeters. Whereas this one, this bling right here, you see the stones are much bigger. It's really beautiful. And this is a different fan that I blinged out. It has some little crystals up at the top that I thought was so cute. But because those are bigger crystals inside the handle here, I figured I would go with bigger stones on the fan, right? So anyway, that one's my personal fan, but you saw those crystals were bigger than these crystals here. So I happen to like how small these crystals are. So I'm gonna use pink on this one, the same size as this one, okay? And guys, this is such a beautiful baby soft pink. I feel like this pink is just not gonna do it justice, so I'm not gonna use this, okay? I am gonna use a lighter shade of pink, just like that. Okay guys, in looking at the supplies that I have, I only have that bigger shade of this baby pink crystal, but I do have the Aurora Borealis, which would obviously look very nice on this. And then I have this hot pink. I do not like this hot pink. So I think I am gonna use the baby pink in this particular fan, and if I don't, I'm not fan in this particular water bottle, and if I don't like it, I have a second water bottle. I'll end up using the Aurora Borealis. Okay, let's get into the project. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm a waste not, want not girl. So even though this strip is like maybe 2 crystal rolls short, I'm still gonna use it, and then you'll see at the end how I embellish it and just make it look like a beautiful creation that it is. So here I'm gonna go ahead and cut off the extra long piece because I know I'm not gonna use that on this project and I don't want to waste it or cut into it accidentally. Next, I'm going to remove the top sheet, and then I'll start affixing the crystal sheet onto this water bottle. And just that quickly, we've got most of this project completed. It's just so simple and easy. So just remove that excess of the crystal and the bottom is just about done. Now you'll see I have maybe a 2 centimeter opening there at the top before the top meets to the bottom. So what I'm going to do is actually bling that out with a different colored crystal and a much smaller crystal. And I'm going to go with the clear ones that are in a ribbon. And it just really sets this particular hairspray bottle off. It really does. But I was not sure if I want to do crystal on crystal or if I wanted to do crystal on pearl, because that's also very pretty. But I decided that I am going to do crystal on crystal, and I'm going to choose just a simple one instead of one of these others that's embellished with baguettes and with I think they call it like emerald cut, the square cut ones, because all of these crystal ribbons are all different and they're all gorgeous, and at some point I will use them all. But for this project, I'm just gonna go with a simple 2 stone row skinny ribbon. Now I must share with you guys that I did battle if I wanted to use any of my Totally Dazzled bling on this piece. But the shape of this particular spray bottle really makes it difficult for you to do that, except for possibly on the very top of the spray bottle. But to me, that would seem like such a waste. But it is really pretty how the project turned out anyway. So you guys know how extra I am. I decided that I wanted to apply some gold leaf to this pink bottle, and not just any gold leaf, some crushed pink gold leaf. So this is some that I found on Amazon at a really decent price, especially when you're just beginning to work with gold leaf, because it can be a very expensive project if you use fresh flat gold leaf. But anyway, as you can see here, I've shown you the varnish as well as the adhesive that I'm going to use. I am going to start this project off with using the adhesive full strength, but you really should dilute it to the 10 to 20% that the bottle says. So I actually end up doing that, and you will notice also that the adhesive will kind of draw back to itself because we are working on plastic, and plastic has that smoothness to it, so it kind of rolls and beads back. But don't worry, it still leaves a sticky residue. You just re-spread that out, which you'll see. Now, there are going to be several clips. This first one, obviously, me showing you how I apply the gold leaf and everything. But the others are going to show me working with the gold leaf. And it's really an easy project, but it's very time consuming. You have to keep in mind that this gold leaf seems like it's thinner than air. So if you have a sneeze, it's going everywhere. If you get that urge to blow off the little flakes when they're in a certain area that you don't want them, if you do that and not fight that urge, you will blow gold leaf everywhere. So keeping that in mind, just know that it's beautiful, it's fun to work with, it's very calming to work with, but it should have some rules. And one of those rules is make sure you're in an area where there's not a lot of wind, because it will go everywhere just like glitter. So right here, you see where I'm actually applying with this brush the gold leaf in different places. Once you get it applied and you give it a little time to dry, then you want to take that same brush and you want to burnish the gold leaf flat. You can see there where I have some textured areas and some areas where it's flat and smooth. The flat and smooth areas is where I use the brush to burnish the gold leaf flat after I've already applied it and given it a little bit of time to actually adhere. Now, one thing I noticed with this adhesive is it's kind of like when you're applying your eyelash glue. You apply it first and then you give it a little bit of time for it to get tacky. So here I want you to focus on my brush movements. There I'm actually burnishing the gold leaf flat. Can you see that? I'm just tapping, 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 smoothing with a little bit of brush stroke there. So that's different from when I'm actually making the gold leaf just attached to the glue. I was burnishing there, and as you work with it, you'll learn the motions, because you can just tap, tap, tap on items, the gold leaf, not items, I'm sorry. You can just tap, tap, tap gold leaf, and that would apply it. But when you're burnishing, you're doing tiny little brush strokes, brushing it smooth. I think that's the best way to explain what it is that I'm doing and how to work with this gold foil. So now that I have the top done, I'm going to go ahead and use the varnish. Now with the varnish, it says you only need to dilute it to 10%. So I'm going to actually use this straight again, and I'm going to dilute it in a little while. The reason that I do that is obviously manufacturers, they know what they're talking about. They make their product, but there are those of us like me who get excited and you might not read the directions every time. And so I didn't read the directions. So that's why I started off straight, but I quickly learned dilute it. Now guys, I know you know how to paint, so that's basically all I'm doing with the varnish. I'm just painting everywhere that I put gold leaf, gonna let it dry, and I'm gonna actually do 3 coats of the varnish. Well, bling kings and bling queens, I hope you're ready, because the final reveal is absolutely gorgeous. Here it is. I want to just say thank you to all of you that have been big supporters of the channel. And I want to thank all of you who recreate any of my designs. It really warms my heart to know that this hobby that I have inspires people, that it encourages people, because I know it encourages me when I hear from you guys. And I also love the fact that the things I do, people really enjoy. The things I create, people really like. So continue to share my videos to anyone that you think would be interested. And as always, have an absolutely wonderful evening. Bye.